now. So our progress report says we are at stage 2, paragraph page 120. Okay, and our last headword was singular, newer type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Ready? Okay, here we
Yes,
go.
I'm ready. Okay.
First question. Do you want to break your pen? Do you want to break your pen? No, I don't want
No,
to break
I
my
don't
pen.
want to
To break
break my
my
pen.
pen. Do you want to break the window? Do you want to break the window? No, I don't want
No,
to
I
break the
don't want
window.
the window.
Wait, do you want anything to eat at the moment? Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Yes or no?
Yes,
I want
yes,
something to eat
I want something to
at the
eat
moment.
at, at the moment.
Do you want anything to drink at the moment? Do you want anything to drink at the moment? Yes or no?
Yes,
I want
I'm
something to
I
drink
want
at
something
the
to
moment.
drink at the moment.
Wait, do you have anything in your pocket? Do you have anything in your pocket? Yes or no?
No,
I haven't got
I
anything
haven't got
in my
anything
pocket.
in my pocket.
Very good. What do they have on their feet? What do they have on their feet? They have shoes on their
They
feet.
have shoes on the feet.
Very good. Do you have any relatives in your town? Do you have any relatives in your town? Yes or no?
Yes,
I have some
I
relatives
have some
in my
relatives
town.
in my town.
Very good. What time does the lesson begin? What time does the lesson begin? The lesson begins at
Lesson
8
begins
a.m.
at 8 a.m.
What time does the lesson end? What time does the lesson end? The lesson ends at
Lesson end
8:25 a.m. One more.
8:25.
Oh, the lesson ends
Lesson ends at
at 8:25 a.m.
8 8:25 at a.m.
Very good. How long does the lesson last? How long does the lesson last? The lesson lasts
The lesson lasts
25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Very good. Okay, is this pen expensive? Is this pen expensive? No, that pen
No,
isn't
the
expensive.
pen isn't expensive.
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
Is a Rolls Royce cheap? Is a Rolls Royce cheap? No, a Rolls
No,
Royce isn't
an old
cheap.
source isn't cheap.
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Greg, is my handkerchief expensive? Is my handkerchief expensive? No, your
No,
handkerchief
your
isn't
handkerchief
expensive.
isn't expensive.
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
Very good. Next, which person in your family reads the fewest books? Which person in your family reads the fewest books? My
My daughter
is the person in my
is a
family
person. My
who
family
reads the fewest books.
reads
Who
the
reads
fewest books.
the fewest
Who
books?
read the fewest books?
Very good. Of these three countries, Germany, France, and Greece, has Greece got the most people? Of these three countries, Germany, France, and Greece, has Greece got the most people? No. Of those
No,
three
of
countries,
those three countries,
Greece hasn't got
Greece
the most
has
people.
got
It's got
the
the
most
fewest
people.
people.
Fewest people.
Very good. About how many rooms are there in your building? About how many rooms are there in your building? There are about
There are about
how many?
4 rooms
In my building.
in my building.
Very good. Is your building high? Is your building high? Yes or no?
No,
My building
my
isn't high.
building is
It's
high.
low.
It's low.
Very good. Okay, next. What part of the box is this? What part of the box is this? It's the inside of the
It's
box.
the inside of
Of the box.
the box.
What part of the box is this? What part of the box is this? It's the outside
It's
of the
the
box.
outside of the box.
Very good. What can you see outside your window? What can you see outside your window? I can see some
I can
buildings
see some
outside
building
my window.
outside of my window.
Very good. Are we sitting outside in the corridor? Are we sitting outside in the corridor? No, we aren't
No,
sitting
we are
outside
sitting
in the corridor.
outside in the corridor.
We're sitting inside the
We
classroom.
are sitting inside the classroom.
Very good. Is there any food inside our stomach after eating? Is there any food inside our stomachs after eating? Yes, there's some
Yes,
food
there are some food
inside our stomachs
inside our
after eating. Our stomach after eating.
stomach,
Very good.
stomach after eating.
Very, what's the plural of ah? What's the plural of ah? The plural of ah is
The
some.
plural of a is some.
What's the plural of a book? What's the plural of a book? The plural of a book
Plural
is some
of
books.
book is some books.
Very good. What can you see in this classroom? What can you see in this classroom? I can see some
I can
books,
see some books,
some chairs,
some chairs,
a table,
a table,
a window,
a window,
some pictures,
some pictures,
a clock,
a clock,
etc. in that classroom.
etc. in that classroom.
Where have I got a thumb on my left hand? Have I got a thumb on my left hand? Yes, you've got a thumb.
Yes, you got
A
the
thumb.
thumb,
A thumb
a have a thumb
on your left hand.
on your left hand.
Where have I got any fingers on my left hand? Have I got any fingers on my left hand? Yes, you've got
Yes,
some
you
fingers
got some
on
fingers
your left hand.
on your left hand.
Very good. Can you hear well? Can you hear well? Yes, I can hear
Yes,
well.
I can hear well.
Can you see well? Can you see well? Yes, I can see
Yes,
well.
I can see well.
Can you speak Japanese well? Can you speak Japanese well? Yes, I can speak
Yes, I can
Japanese
just
well.
speak Japanese well.
Very good. Okay, next. Do you like the smell of flowers? Do you like the smell of flowers? Yes, I like
Yes, I
the
like
smell of
well,
flowers.
the smell of flowers.
Have you got any plants at home? Have you got any plants at home? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've got some
I
plants
got some plants.
at home.
At
Very good. Next. Whose book's this? Whose book's this? It's your book.
it's your book.
Very good. Whose hand's that? Whose hand's that? It's her hand.
It's her hand.
Who suits that? Who suits that? It's Mr. Brown's suit.
It's Mr. Brown's suit.
Very good. Do children generally love going to school? Do children generally love going to school? No. Children
No,
don't generally
children
love
don't
going to
love
school.
going to
They
school.
generally hate
They
going to
generally hate
school.
going to school.
Wait, do children hate their mothers? Do children hate their mothers? No. Children
No,
don't hate
children
their mothers.
don't their
They
mothers.
love their mothers.
They love their mothers.
Do you love eating bad food? Do you love eating bad food? No, I don't
No,
love eating bad food.
love eating bad food.
I hate eating bad food.
I hate eating bad food.
Very good. Do you hate all food? Do you hate all food? No, I don't hate
No,
all
I don't
food.
hate all food.
Some I hate and
Some I
some I
hate
love
and I love.
and some I love.
Some
Very,
I love.
very good. Okay, next. Tell me the names of the three meals that people generally eat a day. Tell me the names of the three meals that people generally eat a day. The names of the three
The
meals
name of the three
that
meals
people generally eat a day
people generally eat a
are
day.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Lunch, dinner,
Very good. One more. And dinner.
and dinner.
Very good. What time do you have your breakfast? What time do you have your breakfast? I have my breakfast at
I have my breakfast at
what
7
time?
o'clock.
7 o'clock. Very good. What time do you have your lunch? What time do you have your lunch? I have my lunch at
I had my lunch at 12
12
o'clock.
noon. 12 noon.
No,
Very good. What time does your dinner begin? What time does your dinner begin? My dinner begins at.
my dinner begins at 7 o'clock.
Very good. What time does your dinner end? What time does your dinner end? My dinner ends at.
My dinner ends at 8 o'clock.
Very good. How long does your dinner last? How long does your dinner last? My dinner lasts
My
one
dinner
hour.
lasts 1 hour.
Very good. Okay. What do we eat our food from? What do we eat our food from? We eat our food from a
Our
plate
food
or a bowl.
from a plate or a bowl.
Very good. What do we eat our food with? What do we eat our food with? We eat our food
We eat
with a
our
knife,
food
fork
with
and
a
spoon,
knife and fork
fork
and
and
spoon,
spoon, or with
or
chopsticks.
always
Chopsticks.
chopsticks.
Very good. Okay, next. What's the difference between many and much? What's the difference between many and much? The difference between
The difference
many
between
and much is
many
that
and much
we use
is that
many with
we use
things
many with
we
things
can count
we can
and
count,
much with things
and much with
we
things
can't count.
we can count.
Very good. Okay, next. Give me a sentence with the words many in it. Give me a sentence with the word many in it, please. There are many cars
There are many cars
in a large city.
in a large city.
Give me a sentence with the word much in it. Give me a sentence with the word much in it, please. I do not put
I do not
much
put
sugar in my tea.
much
Sugar
much sugar
in
in my
my
tea.
tea. Very good. Okay. So that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word. Okay. So listen.
Okay.
Few and little also have the same meaning, but we use the word few with things we can count and little with things we cannot count. Let's practice. What's the difference between few and little? What's the difference between few and little? The difference between
The difference
few
between
and little
few and
is
little
that we use
is
few
that we use
with
few
things
with
we
things
can count
we can count,
and little with
and
things
little with things
we can't count.
we can count.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the word few in it. Give me a sentence with the word few in it, please. There are few
There
tables
are few
in this
few
school.
people in this school.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the word little in it. Give me a sentence with the word little in it, please. I drink little milk.
I drink little milk.
Very good. Okay. Next, repeat. Many,
Many,
few.
few.
Very good. Okay, listen. There are many pictures. Okay, we can say there aren't. There aren't many pictures on these walls. There are few pictures on this wall because there's only two. Let's practice. Are there many pictures on these walls? Are there many pictures on these walls? No, there aren't
No,
many
there are
pictures
many
on those
pictures
walls.
on those walls.
There are few pictures
There are few
on
pictures
those walls.
on those walls.
Very good. Are there few people in a large city? Are there few people in a large city? No, there aren't
No,
few
there
people
are
in a
few
large city.
people in a large
There
city.
are many people
There are many
in a
people
large city.
in, in a large city.
Very good. Next, repeat much,
Much,
little,
little,
a lot of,
a lot of
salt,
salt,
pepper.
pepper.
Very good. Okay, listen. We can use the word much in questions and negative sentence. So we use much in question and negative sentence. But when we answer positively in a positive sentence, we generally use a lot of. For example, we do not say, I eat much bread because it's positive. We say, I eat a lot of bread. Okay, instead of using much. Okay, let's practice. Question. Do you drink much water? Do you drink much water? Yes, I drink a
Yes,
lot of
I
water.
drink a lot of water.
Very good. Do you drink little water? Do you drink little water? No, I don't drink
No,
little
I
water.
don't drink little
I
water.
drink a lot of water.
I drink a lot of water.
Very good. Do you eat little bread? Do you eat little bread? Yes or no?
Yet,
I eat little bread.
I eat little bread.
Do you eat much salt? Do you eat much salt? No, I don't eat
No, I
much
don't
salt.
eat much salt.
I eat little salt.
I I eat little salt.
Do you put much pepper on your plate? Do you put much pepper on your plate? No, I don't put
No, I
much
don't
pepper
put
on my plate.
much pepper on
On
my
my
plate.
plate. I put little pepper
I put little
on
peppers
my plate.
on my plate.
Very good. Next, repeat if you were then.
fewer than,
less than,
less than,
bank.
bank.
Very good. Okay, listen. The difference between fewer than and less than is that we use fewer than with things we can count and less than with things we cannot count. For example, I have fewer thumbs than fingers. I drink less milk than water. Okay, let's practice. What's the difference between fewer than and less than? What's the difference between fewer than and less than? The difference between
The difference
fewer
between
than and less
fewer
than
than
is that
and less than is that
we use fewer than
we use fewer than
with things we can
with
count
things we can count
and less than with
and
things
less than with
we
things
can't count.
we can't count.
Greg, give me a sentence with the word fewer than in it. Give me a sentence with the word fewer than in it, please. There are fewer
There are
pictures
fewer
in this
pictures
room than
in this
chairs.
room than chairs.
Give me a sentence with the word less than in
Give
it.
me a,
Give me a sentence with the word less than in it, please. I eat less food,
I eat less food,
less food than my
less
brother.
food than my brother.
Where are there more people in Europe than in Asia? Are there more people in Europe than in Asia? No, there aren't.
No,
More
there
people
are more
in
people
Europe than in
in
Asia.
Europe than in Asia.
There are fewer people.
There are few people,
There are fewer people
uh,
in Europe
few people in Europe
than in Asia.
than, than in Asia.
Very good. Do you drink more milk than water? Do you drink more milk than water? No, I don't drink
No, I
more
don't
milk
drink
than water.
more than water.
I drink less
I
milk
drink less
than
milk
water.
than water.
Where have you got more money than the Bank of England? Have you got more money than the Bank of England? No, I haven't got
No, I
more
haven't
money
got
than the
more
Bank
money
of England.
than
Than the
the
Bank
bank
of England.
than the Bank of England.
I've got less money
I've got less
than the
money
Bank of England.
than the Bank of England.
Reggie, do you eat more meat than bread? Do you eat more meat than bread? No, I don't eat
No, I
more
don't
meat
eat
than bread.
more th- than bread.
I eat less meat
I eat
than
less
bread.
meat than bread.
Very good. Okay, next repeat the fewest.
Fewest,
The fewest.
the fewest,
The least.
the least,
The one.
the one.
Very good. Okay, listen. The difference between the fewest and the least is the same as the difference between fewer than and less than. So it means we use the fewest with things we can count, whereas we use the least with things we cannot count. For example, of these three places, London, Cambridge, and Greenwich, Greenwich has the fewest buildings. Of these three people, Mr. Brown, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones drinks the least coffee. Let's practice. What's the difference between the fewest and the least? What's the difference between the fewest and the least? The difference between
The difference
the
between
fewest and the
the
least
fewest
is
and the
that
least
we
is
use
that
the
we
fewest
use the
with
fewest
things we can
with
count,
things we can count,
whereas we use
whereas we
the
use
least with things
with things
we can count.
we can count.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the word the fewest in it. Give me a sentence with the words the fewest in it, please. In my family,
In my
my
family,
brother is the one
my brother is the
who
one
reads the
who
fewest
reads
books.
the fewest books.
Give me a sentence with the least in it.
Given
Give me a sentence with the least in it, please. In my family,
in my
my
family,
sister is the
my
one
sister is the one
who eats the least bread.
who eats that eats bread.
Very good. Who eats the least food in your family? Who eats the least food in your family? My.
So
Who eats the
my
least food? My
wife,
daughter. Who eats
daughter,
the fewest food? Okay. My daughter eats.
My daughter
The
eats
least food
the
in my
least
family.
food in my family.
Who drinks the least coffee in your family? Who drinks the least coffee in your family? My.
My I
I drink the least
I
coffee
drink the least coffee
in my family.
in my family.
Very good. Of these three foods, bread, meat, and salt, do you eat salt the most? Of these three foods, bread, meat, and salt, do you eat salt the most? No.
The,
Of those three foods,
no, of those three foods,
bread, meat, and salt,
bread,
I
meat, and
don't
salt,
eat salt the
I don't
most.
eat the most.
I eat it the least.
I eat
The
it
least.
is
Very good. Of these three drinks, water, milk, and wine, do you drink wine the most? Of these three drinks, water, milk, and wine, do you drink wine the most? No. Of those
no
three
of those
drinks,
three
water,
drinks.
milk, and wine,
Water
I
and
don't
wine.
drink wine
I don't
the
drink
most.
wine
I
the
drink
most.
it the least.
I drink it the least.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to your reading. Okay,
Okay.
so our reading is at stage 2, page 77.
Mm,
Last headword was wife. Okay, please start at paragraph page 78. Mother, father.
7, 8. Okay,
Page.
mother and father.
Very good.
Mother, father. What's your mother's name? My mother's name is Yukiko.
Mhm.
What's your father's name? My father's name is Masami. What's your father's wife's name? My father's wife's name is Yukiko. What your mother's husband's name? My mother's
Mothers.
husband's name is mother's husband's name
Mhm.
is Masami.
Mhm.
Children, only child. What's the plural of child? The plural of child is children. How many children have your mother and father got? My mother and father have got two child,
Two children.
two children.
Mhm.
Children. Are you an only child? Yes, I am only child. Call, mom, dad. What do we call this? We call this an arm. What do we call the people in France? We call the people in France French. What do we call the thing we are on
We
our
what?
hand?
We wear on our
We
heads.
okay on our head. We call the thing we wear on our
Head.
head a hat.
Mm.
What do people generally tell their mother
One
and
more.
father?
What people generally
What
call.
do people generally call
Mm.
their mother and father? People generally call their mother and father mom and dad.
Very good.
One the
The
other.
the other.
The other. Both my hand on the table. No, both your hand and on the table. One's on the table and
The.
the others on your arm.
Mhm.
Are both your hands closed? No, both your hands are closed. One's closed and the other open.
The others
Both
open.
the others open.
Very good.
Are both these pencil red? No, both these pencils are red. One's red and the others gray.